Hello, TikTok. Just so we're all on the same page, guys. They're spewing lies about me. They're making shit up about me. That's okay because they only want to silence me because she's got to get out from under that baby. Okay? And all the things they're trying to say about me, all the lies they're making up, it doesn't matter because you know what? Even so, even it wouldn't matter. It doesn't change the facts about Gypsy. Okay? Say what you want about me. It doesn't, that's not true what they're saying, but it doesn't change the facts about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She was never abused by her mother, not medically, not physically, not sexually, not in any kind of way. All right? That is a lie. That was called, what that was is that abuse thing was a manufactured defense strategy. That's what they call it. That is an actual term, a manufactured defense strategy. They made that up. Mike Stansfield and her remaining parent that she didn't kill, and Christy, formulated that and went to the jail and told her that's the deal. You were abused. Okay? All right? So let's just keep that in mind. All right? That's the truth. The truth is she arranged to perform a torture ritual that culminated in an actual what do they call it? A Judas sacrifice of her mother in exchange for fame and fortune. She did that. She is the one that actually slit her throat in the end and took her out. She did that after she tortured her for hours and carved that picture and everything on her back, that trophy, after she mutilated her genitals, okay, with a common fork, cutlery fork that we use, the stainless steel forks we have in a drawer in our goddamn kitchen. She mutilated her mother's genitals, and then she slit her throat and drank of the cup of the blood of the sacrifice. She did that in exchange for all this shit she got, right? Protection from the law. The first time in the history of American jurisprudence where the person that solicited someone to kill their family member ends up being the one that pleads against, that testifies against the hitman. That has never happened once. You can't find me one case where the principal person that hired someone, solicited to kill their mother or husband or whatever, in the end, when they get caught, it's always the hitman testifies against the person that hired them. They get life, the hitman gets a deal. That's it. And if the hitman doesn't make a deal, and they both go to trial, and they both lose, then they're both going to get the same fucking sentence. That's how that works. All right? So, that protection. Then the fact that why she's in prison, Christy and Mike Stanford are running around having these documentaries and movies to make because she's a Luciferian. They control all the media, all the entertainment, all the sports. They are at the top of everything. The tech industry, everything. Our government, everything. So they went around and made these narratives while she's in prison that she's just this poor little abused girl and her mother made her do all these things when they were actually partners like Thelma and Louise, okay? And in the end, she was indeed trafficking children. Again, I didn't say she hurt them, touched them or anything, but they were holding them in their home for holdover stays to get them trafficked finally to the wealthy elites. She was doing that. That's the truth. She faked all this shit. That is the truth, okay? She sacrificed her own mother for all this shit. And then she gets out of prison. The minute she gets out of prison, all she did was kill her mother and blame it on someone else. That's all she did. She's not funny. She's not beautiful. She's not charming. She's not relatable. She's not smart. She's not anything. She's not talented. She can't even make any content that's successful with fucking 10 million followers that were given to her. Another thing that was provided by the Luciferian Brotherhood. All those followers, all that following was given to her. Half of them are from a bot farm, guys. Wake the fuck up, all right? Given to her. A book deal, given to her. A Lifetime show, given to her. All part of the deal. She sacrificed her mother. That's the truth. She was dead. Dee Dee was gone before Nick even arrived. That's the truth. They tricked him into doing that for her. That's the truth. So now she's blamed her entire sacrifice so she can have fame and fortune for the rest of her life on a man on the autism spectrum with a low IQ, other mental health issues, and it was collecting a permanent disability check at the time, as young as he was. So you know he was disabled for real, okay? And she blamed it all on him so she could have these things and get out of prison and all this shit. That's what she did. That's how evil she is. And that's the truth. She was running with her mother, and when she found out it was manipulated by David Blanchard, you can make all the money off this child trafficking. And we can do drugs, we can sell drugs, we can do all that here once we get rid of that bitch. And I can hook it up where you get, right? That's how that happened, and that's the truth. All right? That's the truth, okay? When she was in prison, that deal with Ken, he is a fake actor, paid actor handler. His father is a Freemason and got him the gig. Number one, he was embarrassed of his gay-ass pansy son and make it look like now, okay, well, he's married to, even though she's a psycho bitch, he's with a woman and has a baby, okay? So they sent him. Raina, oh, I thought it would be fun and interesting for her to write to him to write to her. You guys really bought that? That his own mother told him to write some bitch that murdered her own mother in prison? So maybe you can fall in love and one day, son, when she gets out, you can marry her and I can be her mother-in-law. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. And does Ken's lighten the low for self? Do you think he's really writing to any women as pen pals? Do you think he's looking for any women for a relationship at all? No. And he's such a snooty fucking, he comes from an elite, wealthy family. He's a snooty bitch. There's no way he would ever stoop to writing a woman in prison for any reason. He wouldn't do that. He's a paid actor. And then what the bitch did is because Ken refused to go along and marry her in prison, so she could just get out and be released to him, because she can lie all she wants. Before they even let you go up for parole, you have to have a solid place you can go to. And her parents didn't want her disgusting ass. Christy was probably scared to sleep in the same house with her. Okay? So that's the truth there. So Ryan, they said, get some big dumpy man that's timid and hasn't been well off, wasn't too lucky with the ladies, and manipulated him. That's why in all her emails and all her letters you see in prison, all her messaging, every man that talks to her for 2 seconds, will you marry? How about you marry me? Marry me, take me to Italy, marry me, do this, marry me, marry me, marry me. She just needed someone decent that looked good on paper to fucking marry her in there, so she had a husband to go home to, because her parents don't want her. And I can't fucking blame her. She's lazy. They say her hygiene is awful. All types of shit. I wouldn't want the bitch around me either. So that's the truth there. So what does she do? She takes this poor man, Ryan, which now I don't care anymore. I had sympathy and empathy for him, but not now, because he's right along with it on the payroll. Okay? She manipulated him into falling in love with her, and he really thought that shit was real. This joker really still thinks we had something real. We had something real. Oh my God. So think about doing that. Think about what she did. And she knew from the jump, the minute I get out of prison, the wheels are going to be turning for me to get rid of him, get out from under him. That's what Mike Stanfield said. I'm just going to have to lay down and fuck him a couple times, and then we'll get away from him. That is how disgusting she is. Well, guess what? In one of those little events of her riding on top of old little Smokey, because I can't see him getting on top of her, and I can't even fathom them hitting him from the back side. Oh, my God. So she must be ridden on top of old Smokey a couple times and ended up getting knocked up. Okay? And then she lost the baby in the end of March or beginning of April. This is the truth, because it was failure to thrive. And if you look up the one microdeletion that she happens to have, which is very, very rare, it's very common that women miscarry over and over with that. Okay? So she has faked an entire pregnancy. Aurora is not real. There is not a real baby, okay? Maybe someone else's kid they call Aurora. Maybe I don't know. But she uses a reborn doll, AI bullshit, and some other kid when they need him. She does not have a baby. She never gave birth. Gypsy Rose Blanchard never gave birth, period. Okay? And now they're trying to silence me any way they fucking can, okay? Because they need me to shut up, because every time she's putting the plan out to us to feed us to where they can come and say, oh, this accident happened and Aurora died because I let the pillow suffocate her in the playpen. We remember that. Foiled that. Oh, she thought she mistaked my Wellbutrin for M&Ms. Foiled that. And they got to shut me up, and they got to discredit me and make me look all these terrible lies they're saying, and then they want to take me off the internet. They want to leave in your mind that I'm this horrible person and then have me scratched from the internet. Because they're about to do it. They're going to have to get rid of this baby some kind of way, all right? Don't let her lie to you. I'm probably going to be gone from the internet. They're probably going to be able to get rid of me. But don't let her fool you. Don't.